Buonasera a tutti a questo punto, io sono Isabella Ghiglieno.
Good evening. My name is Isabella Ghiglieno, and I'm the project manager of this project, which was started in 2015 within the framework of LIFE. The two main goals are the development and demonstration of an innovative system for organic fertilization distribution systems. I will describe it in detail, and then objective 2 was using prototypes within the project in order to investigate the impact on the soil in relation to organic matter content and biodiversity, considering also socioeconomic aspects along with environmental ones. It started in 2016, the project, and will continue until 2019. The partnership has 8 partners, including as a leading partner the University of Milan, and there are 3 important producers at national level. One is in the Marche region and 2 in Lombardy. One of them is closely related to winery between Veneto and Friuli. It is at the border between the 2 regions, and the other one is in Tuscany. As I said earlier on, the main objective of the project is that of devising an innovative technique that would make it possible to manage in a more rational way the organic fertilization of the vineyard using the variable rate system. Probably you know this system. It makes possible to calibrate dosage based on the vigor of the vineyard. This is something that has been existing for some time, but not for organic matter distribution. So it is an innovation in this respect. This project, VITISOM, was made because we have a problem, as we all know. In many cases, vineyards are dishomogeneous due to natural conditions, but also due to wrong choices when planting the vines. In extreme situations, you might end up with landslides, as is the case here, but you also have an impact on the quality of the grape and of the wine, because you have management issues. In this case, the variable rate technique and technology is an interesting innovation because it gives you images that indicate where it is you have more vigor, and where the ground is more fertile. This leads to maps, which you see here, with 3 areas of vigor: high vigor, green, then brown, low vigor, and the other color. The situation in between, of course, you can have as many as 10 different vigor situations. This will be applied to a prototype of a compost spraying device, which will be also connected to this variable rate system. The machine, the 5 machines actually, which are prototypes, will be tested, and they are going to be deployed where you see on the map. That is in Franciacorta, where we work with Berlucchi and Bonomi. And these 2 wineries have 10,000 plants per vineyard. In one case, where we have the straddle machine, and the other one has terraced vineyards, which means that we will need a machine that can work on slopes. And then we have Veneto Friuli, which is on flat land with extensive vineyards. And then we have in Marche and Tuscany various degrees of slopes. These 5 prototypes will be developed for 5 different situations. Each prototype will be made available to the company for the years of the project. These areas represent traditional European situations in vine growing, hence their selection. Therefore, the idea of the project is that of expanding results beyond the national borders so that this technology is adopted also elsewhere in Europe. Objective 2 is that of investigating the impact in terms of soil management for the usage of this technology. And here we have different phases. First of all, in all 5 contexts, we identified test vineyards which will be managed always according to the instructions, and where different theses will be investigated and examined. Then we will have a control, non-fertilized. The thesis will use manure, compost, and digested material. And obviously, we will use the prototype machines to scatter these fertilizers. Then impact will be examined, both at the level of quality of the soil and biodiversity of the soil, and productive parameters such as the quality of the grapes and the wine. Parallel to that, monitoring of greenhouse gases have been included with the measurement of at soil level and at ecosystem level, which will increase our knowledge about these topics. We will also assess odors with an odorimetric analysis, and we will do the classical LCA analysis and carbon footprint analysis. Parallel to that, we will talk and consider the socio-economic impact. Expected impacts. We have already done the first tests, but results can't be presented yet. It is still too early to do so. Anyway, the expected impacts are promoting the usage of organic matter for the fertilization of vineyards, in organic vineyards, but not only there, so that we reduce the usage and impact of chemical fertilizers, while increasing and promoting technology which improve the homogeneity of vineyards' vigor, thereby reducing the problems we saw before. Certainly, what we would like to obtain is a reduction of emissions in relation to chemical fertilizers and also organic fertilizers, because I can reduce quantities if I use fertilizers in a rational way. At the same time, the increase of the organic matter in the soil can improve the soil in terms of fertility and biodiversity. In general, the project includes a number of dissemination activities that certainly also contribute to the spreading of the effect of the project. This pertains also to soil management practices vis-à-vis fertilization and also the burying of fertilizers themselves. Thank you very much.